Okay, this is where you're going to get strategies for life and for uploading YouTube content. All right, now, as you can see, I'm holding down 2 jobs. And I don't understand how people can have 2 jobs, but some people are in that boat. I don't know how a person can do such things as a 55-year-old. I'm 55 years old and I am stuck with child support. It's an obligation that I wanted to take on. It's something that it just needs to be done because of the situation that I was in. Still am in. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but here are some strategies for life in general as you go through that scenario if you're in the same boat. One strategy is you have to have yogurt at the end of the day. All right? This is what I do for my own body. I don't know what it is to be a woman. I don't know what it is to be of such other. But for me, at my level of age and also of, this is all unscripted. I'm not reading anything. I'm watching the road. Yogurt is going to be your friend. There are cases where I have to be at the next job by 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and then my morning job bleeds into that sometimes, some days. So I had to be at my job in the morning at 7, yes. And then if it's too intense, it starts bleeding to the 4 o'clock realm. So I only have a half an hour to get to my next job and keep going. Do you understand that? Yes, I know you do. But why is yogurt going to be your friend? Because it helps you, number one, to fall asleep. Somehow yogurt is going to be the save-alls of falling asleep. Because then you got to get up and be back at work at 7. So if you just calculate the time, it is 5 o'clock. You have to get up and be at work in 2 hours. Now you're thinking that the strategy is also on how do you get to sleep that fast. All right, if you're coming back home at midnight or 11 o'clock, so you got from 11 o'clock to 5. There's not too much you can do in the house. Here's one strategy. You might have to live with a friend or just have a maid come over and clean your house. There's really no other. You could come home to a dead house, but you have to wake up your house, or you have to wake up your big studio apartment. But then you're just only going to be there for your time of sleeping, and then you got to go. So there's a factor. My point is right now, how to get to sleep fast. So the point is yogurt. All right. Next thing is waking up. I always say, much blessings to my car. I actually talk to my car because my car is called Storm, and I love my car. Okay, my car and I, we're connected together. Now, it may seem strange, but my point is that your first thing when you get in your car is to have gratitude, that you're thankful about something. So I kind of metaphorically put that Thanksgiving into my car. I'm always getting up. First time I put on the ignition, I'm thankful. I say thank you to my vehicle. I bless my vehicle. I mean, it's trying to get into a habit of saying thank you first thing in the morning. So the only way that I can do it is when I cut on the ignition. Now, people can say like they can, speak to their deity, or they can speak to their Jesus or their Buddha, etc., etc. But I speak to my overall. I have a synopsis of the actual day, and say thank you. What were the things yesterday that I was thankful for? So we're talking about mind and stomach right now. Mind and stomach. I see with some people like they stutter, and the way to get through all that is to just start to emphasize the words. So now I'm talking about speaking. Yes. First it was sleeping, how to get to sleep fast. Second is your first mindset of the day, how to wake up. And you cut on that ignition and you say thank you. You can say thank you to whomever, whatever you want to. Just somehow when you put that key in the ignition, say thank you, have some type of gratitude about something that you did yesterday. That's what I'm doing. I'm not saying anything in a preachy way. I'm saying these are strategies that you can use so that you can get through 2 jobs as a 55-year-old man, or when you get into your 50s, if you're stuck with the looming chasing of child support. So these are literally strategies that I am in. Next. So how to speak, because there is the emphasis of you can't lose these jobs. So there's people going to come into your life like asteroids in the morning. So one thing I have that I've learned is that you actually speak in your mind to the individual, but you're looking right at him. And then you're speaking the scenario back to yourself. For example, if someone comes at you, in a negative way, you can just look at them, but then still speak. It's almost like you go into the realm of telepathic. Try it sometimes. Now watch. I'll start speaking to you. Say like if we just met and you said something negative. Watch. So you can start speaking to yourself in that fashion. I was just speaking, and I was saying some things back at you, but I was looking right at you with no type of expression on my face, and I started. I called you that A word, but then I said to myself as a spectator, I spoke to me saying, James, just chill out. But I responded to you. I responded to your negativity. I responded right back at you, but you didn't hear anything, and you didn't see any expression on my face. Yeah, so there it is. I said it again. But I said, James, just chill out. You can start speaking to yourself in that. I wasn't good in English class, so is it first person, second person, third person? Try it sometimes. It really does work. All right. Now, those are three strategies. First of the body, how to get to sleep. And then the mind, as far as the ignition, how you start the day and how you end the day, basically. And then third is how you move throughout the day. I've been noticing that I've been saying we, or let us, like there's two people. Let us do this. We can do this. I don't say I say we. All right, so we can go back to the point of how to fall asleep. I use a lot of binaural beats. Okay, I've had some conversations with some stewardesses, and they have that problem too because they got to catch their flight and be very perky as they come crashing in, go to the hotel, and then wake back up very quickly and get their suits on, and they're out the door. Now, I'm saying that in a good way because I used to work at a hotel and at a frequent level. I only work there on Sundays now. But I gave the... How is this person walking in the cold? Oh no, that's a garbage can. Okay. Anyway, the binaural beats that I used to listen to is 963. There was this woman that is falling off of a cliff, a celestial cliff of some sort, some heavenly cloud castle, and that was the thumbnail. 963 hertz will knock you out so fast. But don't get the ones that have the bell tone, like go dong, have that meditative dong, because for me the dong actually wakes me up. But the binaural beats will actually have your mind synchronized as one being. Okay? You are not actually using throughout the day. You only use the left hemisphere. You are never on the right hemisphere during the day. But listening to binaural beats, it goes into what's called a synchronicity. Yes? And that synchronicity will bleed, if you would, your two hemispheres together as one. Your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere of your mind. Is that crazy? No, it's just a fast way to fall asleep. But those are the benefits of it. So then it gets back to my point that, recently I've been seeing, why am I saying let us do this? Or I'm not saying I gotta do this, like we have to do this. Maybe it's because of the blending of the left and right hemispheres. Now, I'm telling you all this inside information because there's some immigrants, or no offense, they have to work two jobs. There are other people that are in college. I don't want to be offensive, so let's say the example of college. There's probably college people that are going through the same thing. They got to work two jobs and go to school. So you hit this morning job just for a few hours. Now technically, this morning job is really only supposed to be 4 hours to 3 hours. I'm traveling 30 minutes just to do a 3-hour job, but it's a prestigious job. It's a job that, you can go to a bar and say, I'm a... And they're like, oh, really? But I'm about to get a promotion, so that promotion is, a lot of money, but It's just I gotta do everybody's bad days, which is a lot of hours. Like I gotta do their Mondays, and I gotta do their Saturdays, and I gotta do a Wednesday, which is today. But anyway, so that is inside strategies if you are in this boat. Now, I just saw Dante London, and I saw Dante London, and he just had, I saw it on my feed, he had this video saying that you can have YouTube as a job. It's a black background. It has the YouTube symbol with Dante London to the right, and he's smiling, and he's saying that YouTube, you can have this for a job. Now, I'm doing this because I want there's to be some type of memory to my children, okay, that they can see me one day when they're on YouTube as well, because they're workaholics as well, but they're going to soon find out that being a workaholic, you need a big, a big entertainment pocket somewhere. So I hope they see these videos one day and see their father. And so they get, because for me, I've always wanted to see my father, but I know he was a workaholic too. He had 3 businesses, not 3 jobs, 3 businesses. And so that took a strain on his, on my mom. But anyway, my point is that Dante London was proposing that YouTube can actually be a job. And so I have the work ethic. I have the consistency. You can see by my videos that they're all streaming from my car. I can be doing a video every single time I go to work, but yesterday, my God, it dropped into the negatives. This car was so cold. I mean, so cold. I had this thing on. I couldn't talk. I was freezing. I had you couldn't hear me over the blower of the heat. Now the police around here are really real, and I gotta slow down. So anyway, the proposal is YouTube being a job. You can do it. And these are strategies about life in general, about how do you just mentally wake up in the morning? How do you go to sleep that fast if you have to get back up so early? Like these are questions that come up, you know? Okay, I made it to my parking lot. Excuse the camera for a bit. You know it's ending, getting to the end of the video if the camera starts twirling around. All right. And then how do you get back up so fast? And then how do you get up with sanity, if you would? Like, how do you do that? So I know that must have been some type of question in somebody's mind, and they're in the same boat. So those are my strategies, especially the binary beats. You have to take on binary beats. I do hypnotic too, but you need a computer, and you got to have your computer, basically your laptop, by your bed, and have the two running at the same time. You can have the two files running at the same time. There are apps that you can use in order to take videos from YouTube that are, the so-so videos. And they'll allow the so-so videos to be downloaded on these other, websites. So you can take YouTube videos. So take a binary beat at 963. You can go down to 4. You can go down to 4 hertz, but I would stay away from 1 hertz. That is pretty. That'll put you too deep of a sleep. 1. Don't do 1. Okay, but keep it at 963. I do also a lot of the Super Soldier. You can see that from, I believe it's the 1917 or 1920s. They had the Super Soldier project for binaural beats, and it's a blue screen. Okay, it's a blue screen, and you can use that. I use that a lot to fall asleep. It's a Super Soldier binaural beats. It's a blue background, and you see a digitized human spinning as if he's in some computerized hospital, looking at all this data. Yeah, get that video and fall asleep to it, because that is just, it's a regenerative. I feel so damn good. Sorry to say damn, but I feel so good after listening to that. So those are strategies that you can use. Okay, I'm at my job. I gotta go.